What's up, everyone? Welcome back to TFC on the road. This is a quick, time-stamped preseason update. Toronto FC's final stretch from February 14th to 16th, 2026, the point where camp ends and the season plan begins. Preseason scores can be noise, but preseason decisions aren't. So today is about what we could confirm, what the last few matches actually showed, and what it suggests for Week 1 at FC Dallas. Section 1, February 14th, closed-door final scrimmage. Saturday, February 14th was the final day of Marbella camp, and the last preseason match was a closed-door scrimmage against FC Policia Zhytomyr. Closed door usually means limited footage and limited official detail. Sometimes no match report at all. So rather than pretending we know the full story, here's the honest read. The club calendar had February 14th as the end of the Marbella block, and February 15th as the return to Toronto. So this game functioned as the last checkpoint before the coaching staff locks in roles. Because it's closed door, treat any score listed by third-party trackers as unconfirmed. Some trackers listed it as a 2-1 Toronto result, but without a full official recap, the score is secondary. If there isn't a full official recap, the result is less important than the purpose. Minutes, health, and rehearsing structure. So the real question for February 14th is simple. What did Robin Fraser want to see one last time before the travel day? To answer that, we lean on the games right before it, because those were documented with lineups and key moments. Section 2, the two key lessons from February 8th and February 11th. Match 1, February 8th, TFC 2-2, AIK. Toronto scored twice. DeAndre Kerr headed home across from George Mihailovic in the 13th minute. Marcus Kaimer-Mancic equalized in stoppage time from close range. That first goal is the most repeatable preseason action we've seen. Early wide service, a striker attacking the space, and a clear connection between the creator and the finisher. The late equalizer matters for a different reason. It hints at a team that can push for a goal without completely losing its defensive shape, which is usually a sign the staff have already defined responsibilities in possession. Match 2, February 11th, TFC 0-1 Fredrikstad. This match exposed the margins. The recap highlighted a big chance created by Kobe Franklin's interception into a direct ball for Derek Etienne Jr. Running in behind, Etienne hit the post. Then Fredrikstad scored in the 68th. And Toronto's best response was a corner that found Walker Zimmerman at the back post, saved. 2 takeaways. 1. The transition template is there. Win it, play forward early, arrive quickly. That's a legitimate way to score goals early in MLS seasons, but it needs cleaner finishing and better second ball reactions. 2. Set pieces are going to be a lever. Even in a loss, the most dangerous response chance came from a Zimmerman moment. That's not accidental. If Toronto can generate goals from dead balls while open play chemistry settles, it changes the early season floor. Section 3, what February 14th was probably for. Because February 14th was the last match, the objective is usually rehearsal, not entertainment. Rehearsal for defensive spacing, the distances between the back line and midfield when pressed. Rest defense, who stays to protect transition when fullbacks step high. Attacking timing, especially if the team wants to use early crosses into a striker like Kerr. Set piece reps, corners, second balls, and the matchups around Zimmerman. And the lineups from earlier matches give a clue about the spine that kept appearing. Zimmerman at center back. Yarbrough in goal in multiple games. Mihailovic involved as a scorer and primary service player. Osorio in the midfield mix, and Larriea used as a progressive outlet, even scoring against Jeonbuk on January 31st. None of that confirms a Week 1 11, but it does show what roles the staff kept returning to while they rotated the rest. Section 4, February 15th, Return to Toronto, Shift to Specifics. Sunday, February 15th was the scheduled return to Toronto, and that's where preseason changes. Marbella is about training volume and building a physical base. Back home, it becomes more specific. Shorter sessions, clearer game planning, and selection decisions that start to harden. It also matters for this channel because the opener is an away day. Toronto FC at FC Dallas on Saturday, February 21st. So the staff now have to manage travel timing, recovery, and how quickly the team can shift from camp legs to game legs. Section 5, February 16th, 5-week. 1 questions. By Monday, February 16th, the preseason checklist is basically complete. Here are the 5 questions that matter heading into Week 1, based on what we've actually seen in the documented games. 1. What's the primary chance creation route? The cleanest pattern has been wide delivery, especially Mihailovic serving into Kurt. MLS teams will scout that quickly, so Toronto will need a second layer. Underlaps, cutbacks, and midfield runners arriving late. 2. What's the midfield balance? Coelho and Cifuentes have logged consistent minutes with Osorio frequently involved. That suggests the staff want connection and stability, especially to prevent the one bad turnover, one big chance problem. 3. How fast can set pieces become a weapon? Zimmerman gives Toronto a clear advantage on attacking corners and free kicks. If that turns into goals early, it buys time for open play chemistry to develop. 4. Who wins the wide roles? Etienne Jr. has already been central to a high-quality chance, versus Frederick Stott, getting in behind and hitting the post. Corbeanu is also in the travel group, so the competition isn't just about end product, it's about who can also defend transitions and keep the team compact when the press breaks. 5. What is the defensive identity? The preseason recaps repeatedly mention organization and structure. Dallas will be the first real test of what that means in 2026. Press high, sit mid-block, or control the possession with calculated risk. One off-field note still tied to preseason week. Toronto FC unveiled the new Winter Armor Community Kit, marking the club's 20th MLS season. The club says it will debut on March 21st at BMO Field. For anyone planning early home dates, that's an easy marker on the calendar. So February 14th to 16th is less about headlines and more about process. February 14th, final rehearsal behind closed doors. February 15th, travel and recovery, the phase shift to season mode. February 16th, roles start to solidify and the Dallas game plan becomes the priority. Next stop, Toyota Stadium. Now we find out which preseason patterns survive contact with a real MLS opener. Thanks for following along with TFC on the road. If you enjoyed this update and want more Toronto FC content, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. We'll be back soon with another edition covering the latest news, matches, and behind-the-scenes stories. Until then, stay safe and keep cheering on the Reds.